Okay, so here's the rematch against Heisenberg. Now, as for how did this battle come about, I mean, first of all, usually we all battle, a lot of people in the Pokemon community just battle people, and when they lose or win, they want rematches. And this guy, well, first of all, this guy, remember that I said that this guy was looking for battles and said that if you beat him, he'll make you a mon of your choice, basically. And I told him that I wanted an Unaware Fable. He told me he was going to send me a trade once he had it done. But instead, what he did was actually send me a challenge, unbeknownst to me, by the way, because honestly, when I saw the name Heisenberg on the PSS when I was online, I didn't read whether it said he wanted a challenger or a trade. I just said yes because I assumed that what he wanted was a trade, and so I can get the Unaware Fable that he said he was going to give me. But instead, he challenged me, and I was gonna use another OU team because his PSS message thing says OU battles or something like that. So I assumed he wanted an OU battle. But then I remembered that the first time we battled, he brought a very underused team, like an underused tiered team. And so I was thinking, you know what? Let's do the same thing. Once again, I told you that this guy actually has an influence on how I battle, and so I kind of wanted to do what he did, was just use under-tiered mons. Now, unfortunately, he brought not a super try-hard team. In fact, looking at his team, it's clearly a mixed OU team. Like, he does have a few OU teams and a few OU mons and a few UU mons. And looking at it, it's very effective. And honestly, also fun fact, this is actually a team that he used against the Killer Nacho too, because he has battled him as well. He used this team against Shofu as well when he battled him. But yeah, I wasn't expecting this team, honestly. I was expecting another like underused team, because at the time that was what I was expecting from him, especially when he challenged me with that other team earlier. But yeah, this is gonna be the battle, and let me tell you, it's not that great, honestly. Okay, I'm gonna lead off with Roserade, and he's gonna lead off with Freon 12, which is the Mamoswine. Now, first turn, this is clearly not a good matchup for me, and I just switch out. I switch in Sableye, even though I might be risking an Icicle Crash, but he just sets up Stealth Rock, so I'm like, ugh. Turn 1, it has Stealth Rocks already, so this is actually really bad. You're gonna see why that is. Okay, so he goes into Mercury now, which is the Entei, and I have Sableye. I went for the Will-O-Wisp, thinking that, I don't know why I thought he could stay in, honestly. He switches out immediately, and I'm forced to switch out now. And I go into Goodra. I switched in Goodra because that's literally my only switch into this Entei. So as you can see, this is clearly a hyper offensive team with Stealth Rocks first turn, basically. And yeah, this thing goes for Sacred Fire. Even resisted, it does over half to Goodra, especially after the rocks. Gets the burn. That's a 50-50, so it may not have mattered anyways. Here he finishes me off with another Sacred Fire with a critical hit. Obviously doesn't matter because I was already weakened enough to be in range of a KO. I go into Sharpedo because that's literally the only thing I can go into for this thing. I think here I was afraid he'd stay and just try to go for the Sacred Fire again, so I didn't want to just go for the Crunch. I go for Protect because, yeah, I kind of was afraid he would try to like E-speed me or something. But he switches into Boreum, which is this Breloom, and I'm forced to switch yet again. I really anticipated a Spore here, so I switched into Roserade, but he double switches right here and goes into Mercury again. And here I was like, ugh. This guy's like outplaying me like ridiculous. Although looking at this shiny Entei, I'm confident that this thing is not Jolly Nature, because I think the event Enteis with extreme speed carry the Adamant Nature. So I did stay in with Roserade because mine is a Timid Nature. I went for the Sleep Powder, it thankfully didn't miss. So here I was like, yes, I can go for the Hidden Power Ground right here, and I can just take out this Entei, and it freaking lives. And here's the worst part of it all, it actually freaking wakes up first turn and goes for the Sacred Fire and takes out my Roserade. I was like, what in the fuck? I swear. Because holy shit. I had that, and because it woke up first turn, I freaking now lose Rose Ray. Now I have to go into Sharpedo, and here I have to predict him to switch out again. And I do predict him to switch out. He switches out Mercury and goes back into Boreum. And I do predict this, and I actually go for the Ice Fang, but unfortunately, because Sharpedo's not Mega, this Ice Fang doesn't kill it. Also, fun fact, I actually looked at this battle in a mock battle, and actually realized that this Breloom was sashed anyway, so I was not going to kill this thing anyways. I switched out Sharpedo again because, yeah, I don't want this thing to Mag Punch me. Even if this thing predicts it and goes for the Bullet Seed, I just didn't want this thing to get away with much. He does go for the Spore on my Sableye, which is, yeah, kind of annoying. And then here I just try to burn the sleep turns, because with this hyper offensive team that he has, there's no way I can just switch out and try to burn sleep turns. I have to burn them now, honestly. And here he switches back into Mercury, and I was like, ugh. Okay, so I burn. Okay, so here, because he switches out, I switch out as well, and I go back into Gardevoir. Well, I go into Gardevoir just because I wanted to see if I can kill this thing with a Psychic, and I was hoping I could actually outspeed this thing as well with Gardevoir, because this Gardevoir was also timid. So I was like, yeah, well, we'll do that. But for some reason, I just double switched, and I think this was a misplay on my part. It's because this guy had me super tilted. I thought he was gonna try to, cause like, first of all, I didn't ask for this battle. He just challenged me, and I didn't even realize it. And I kind of didn't want to say no to it. Like, I didn't want to reject him, so I just kind of just went with it. And here I just lose Crobat like an idiot that I am. And so I go back into Sharpedo, and then just do the usual. I went for another Ice Fang in case he tries to switch out, because this guy is very, very good at double switching and predicting very well, honestly. It's kind of a shame that this guy's kind of doing me dirty right now. But, yeah. I do take out the Entei, thankfully. But now he gets a free switch into Boreum, which is really annoying. I have to switch out yet again, and I go back into Sableye, because literally I was this time absolutely confident he would actually try to go for the Mach Punch, because I was considering staying in just to Ice Fang again. So because of that, I just figured, no, you know what, let's go back into Sableye. And yeah, I made the prediction correct. He does go for the Mach Punch, and yeah, here he just switches out again, and I was trying to burn another turn of sleep here. And he goes into Erbium, which is his own Sharpedo, and I'm like, ugh. I was asleep here because I needed to burn a turn of sleep. And then here, oh my gosh, this was so annoying. I was hoping that I could wake up just to get the Will-O-Wisp off on this thing. Because if I could get this Sharpedo burn, even with all the speed in the world, it won't be able to do anything. Yeah, it goes for the crunch, and it does over half, so I was just like, ugh, just wake up, Sableye. I was like, I needed this thing to wake up, because if I don't, this thing is just literally gonna sweep me, because the rocks are up, so everything is just gonna take stealth rocks, and I'm just gonna freaking get swept by this thing. And I still couldn't wake up, and I'm like, ah, god damn it. Like, can you just wake up? And no, it just didn't wake up, and I just freaking lost Sableye. So after 3 goddamn turns of freaking sleep, I couldn't even wake up. And this guy with Entei woke up after 1 turn. That was super annoying. I hate that this guy who did me dirty basically freaking got away with that, honestly. Here I just sent in Sharpedo, and after seeing Earthquake, I was like, you know what, fuck this game. Yeah, I was actually pissed, because like, Earthquake on Sharpedo, hello? I just spam Protect just to be a bitch like he was with me with the Houndoom, but you know, I was so pissed. Like, I just spammed Protect until I failed, and yeah, that's pretty much the whole game. I gave up right here. I got a 3rd Protect off, which is kind of funny though. But yeah, and I think because of that 3rd Protect, I was just like, you know what? I think Sharpedo just clearly doesn't want to lose to this other Sharpedo on the other side. So I was just like, you know what? Fine. I'll just forfeit. I'll just run. And I lost, which was really, really annoying. I could have lost to any other person other than this guy, honestly. And here's another tidbit I'd like to add on to this. But I was actually angry with this battle, honestly. I was angry with this guy too, because honestly he was supposed to give me my Clefable, but instead he did this. It was my fault though, because honestly I was the one that accepted the battle in the first place anyways. And yeah, and because I was pissed at this guy, I just instantly changed my team to something better and challenged him again instantly. And needless to say, he kind of just bodied me again, and I think the results were much worse than before. So yeah, I got bodied by this guy twice in a row, and it was kind of a shame. He did give me the Clefable afterwards though, but here's the thing. It wasn't even unaware. It was freaking Magikarp. Dumbass. But oh well. Yeah, but that's not to say that this guy is not a good battler though. He really is. This is one of those people that they can be assholes and whatnot, but they're really good at battling nonetheless. And that's still something I have to give credit for, you know. So even though I didn't want to post this battle, by the way, but like I said, I like to give credit where it's due, and this guy, like I said, has had an influence on how I battle in the future. And this mixed OU team is clearly already telling you how that's the case. So yeah, anyways, that's gonna be it for now, because I do have one more battle with Heisenberg, but remember that I'm uploading these chronologically, so yeah, just stay tuned for that until I get to that. So for now, just have a good day.